All right, let's talk about something huge. We have these incredibly powerful AI tools showing up everywhere, which raises a big question. How do places that are all about deep human thought, like universities, actually handle them? It's a massive challenge, so let's jump right into the single most important idea for figuring this all out.
Everything we're about to go through really boils down to this one simple, powerful idea. Using AI for inputs, not outputs. Seriously, that's the key to navigating this whole new world without losing your mind or your integrity. So let's unpack what that really means. So where did all this thinking come from? Well, these insights are from a really fascinating discussion that happened among a group of leaders in Christian higher education. They were specifically wrestling with AI in, theological studies. But you'll see pretty quickly that the principles they came up with, they apply to just about any field you can think of. Now, it's probably no surprise that there wasn't one single reaction to AI. I mean, just like everywhere else, you've got a whole spectrum of opinions. Some folks are reluctant, others are jumping in with both feet. But see that big bar in the middle? The vast majority are landing right there, in that cautious zone. They see the potential, for sure, but they're also very, very aware of the risks.
And that spread of opinions leads us right to the main problem. See, everybody wants clear, simple rules, for students, for faculty, for everyone. But it turns out that making simple policies for AI is incredibly hard. It's kind of like trying to rule something that just refuses to be ruled.
Right, this is the real heart of it. How in the world do you write a fixed set of rules for a technology that's such a moving target? It's super complex, the way you use it is nuanced, and it changes so fast that any policy you write is basically out of date the second you publish it. So clearly, we need a totally different way of thinking about this.
Okay, so if rigid, brittle policies are the problem, then what's the answer? Well, the conversation shifted away from trying to write a giant rule book and instead moved toward creating flexible, guiding principles. It's a shift from just making rules to developing actual wisdom. And it starts with a concept we all get.
The first principle is just honesty. I mean, we've known this one forever. The point here is that plagiarism isn't really about the tool, whether you copied from a book, a website, or an AI. It's about being dishonest. It's about passing off work that isn't yours as if it is. So whether those words came from a human or a large language model, the basic rule is the same. Be honest about it.
And this is where that whole inputs versus outputs thing really clicks.
Think of it like this. Using AI for inputs is like having a super-powered research assistant. It can help you brainstorm ideas, summarize a dense article, find sources, or even just check your grammar. That's all good. But the moment you use it for outputs, like writing your paper for you, creating your main argument, or spitting out whole paragraphs, well, you've crossed a line. You've gone from using a tool to having the tool do the actual thinking for you.
Okay, here's the second big principle, verifiability. In academics, you have primary sources, the original stuff, and secondary sources, which are scholars analyzing that stuff. The idea here is to treat anything an AI gives you as a tertiary source. Think of it like Wikipedia or an encyclopedia. It's a great place to start, maybe get a summary, but it absolutely requires you to go back and check the facts yourself using those reliable primary or secondary sources. You just can't take its word for it.
So, we've got these two big principles, honesty and verifiability. Great, but how do we actually put them to work? Let's look at how you can take AI from being this big, scary problem to being a genuinely productive partner in your work.
One really useful way to think about it is to treat AI as a conversation partner. You can bounce ideas off of it, use it to help you get your thoughts organized, and even ask it to challenge your viewpoint. But, and this is a big but, the risks are real. It can feel so human-like that it can be a bit of a danger, especially for someone who isn't mature enough to remember they're just talking to a machine. And that conversation can so easily drift from getting helpful inputs to just lazily getting forbidden outputs.
So how do you walk that line and use it responsibly? Well, this simple 3-step disclosure is a fantastic solution. Step 1, just say what AI tools you used. No big secret. Step 2, describe exactly how they helped you. I used it for brainstorming, or it helped me fix my grammar. And then step 3, this is the crucial one. Declare how you did not use it. Explicitly state that no AI wrote your actual text. This just brings everything out in the open and keeps everyone honest.
Okay, let's zoom out for a second and look at the big final takeaway from all of this. We're moving past the little temporary fixes and toward a way of thinking that's built to last. The bottom line is this: AI isn't some fad that's going away. It's becoming ubiquitous. It's going to be baked into every app, every phone, every device we use. And because of that, trying to write specific policies for it is a game you just can't win. The only way to prepare for the future is to teach and, more importantly, internalize these lasting principles that will work no matter how the tech changes.
So what's the whole point of these principles? What's the goal? It's to make sure this incredibly powerful technology stays in its proper place, as a faithful servant, as a tool that helps us, that supports us, that enhances our own deep thinking, not a master that does the thinking for us.
And that really leaves us with one last critical question. And it's not just for people in universities, it's for all of us. As these tools get woven into every part of our lives, how are we, personally, going to make sure that our technology serves our humanity and not the other way around? That's a question we're all going to have to answer. Thanks for joining me on this explainer.